We're gonna start here in a moment, guys. Good morning. Okay, so thank you for joining in the live today. We have a lot of things to talk about, and I have a few stocks to go over from the watch list. Last week we have reached all-time highs for multiple stocks, and absolutely fantastic week last week. Very bullish. There were the main catalyst last week was, of course, the data, which came in favor of what the Fed wants, which is increasing the unemployment, which is funny, right? So whenever we have more people out of work, the stocks go up. But it is what it is. Basically, the investors are hoping for more rate cuts. So the more anticipation that the rate cuts will be higher and faster, the better for the market. Means that people are gonna move their money. People and institutions, of course, they're gonna move their money from the bonds and the CDs and all these fixed assets or fixed income assets into the more volatile, more risky assets, including all the stocks. And definitely everybody was watching Bitcoin going over 100K, and after Trump's administration or the pre-elect President Trump is in power, and he's very pro on crypto. This is actually it's giving crypto a big push. So we will see what will happen in the next few weeks. For this week, I think it's going to be more of a technical week, but we do have some data coming in this week. For example, today, China's price data will be monitored for signs of deflation, which is the opposite of inflation. And the European finance ministers will meet in Brussels to discuss a lot of stuff. And tomorrow, Australia's central bank is expected to maintain interest rates, so there will not be any cuts in Australia. And China will publish its November's trade report. On Wednesday also, China's top leaders begin their closed-door economic meeting, and in the US we will have the CPI data. This is what we are gonna have our eyes on Wednesday. Okay. On Thursday, not much things to expect. Only the India's CPI is expected to show some ease of inflation for November, and for Friday, Japan's Tankan survey is anticipated to reveal a stressed business confidence. So, pretty light week on the US data, except for the CPI, which is very important. But there are some other things going on in the macroeconomics. I will only name two here. So the first one is the TikTok case. If people don't know, there was some kind of a ruling in a court this week in the US, which allows further tightening or maybe banning for Chinese owned media companies. So far we are not sure whether TikTok is owned by a Chinese company or not, and this might open the door for banning TikTok. What we care about here in the market is that what is going to replace TikTok if this happened. So if this happened, there will be, of course, rivals like Meta, for example, with Instagram or with Facebook. There might be Snapshot. We don't know. Maybe something else will come up. So if TikTok went away, although I doubt it, because Trump said in one interview that he is going to support TikTok because, as per him saying in the interview, he doesn't want to have a bigger monopoly, and I think that he meant Meta by this. He doesn't want Meta to take a bigger role or a bigger piece of the cake than what's doing right now. I think that ByteDance, which is TikTok's parent company, may seek some intervention through the court. They might actually do something on this regard, or maybe they will look for an American buyer. And this is something that we have to look at or watch out for, because we buy rumors and we sell the news as usual, guys. So if somebody is going to buy TikTok, we better actually know as quick as possible who is this entity and buy their stocks. So for the second thing that I wanted to talk about is about the pharmaceutical sector, and we do have some kind of a breakthrough for Lilly. Let me just get you the medicine name. It's difficult to remember, you know that. The bottom line is that they have introduced a new medicine, weight loss medicine. It's called, what's it called? Yeah, so it's called Zipbound. It's called Zipbound. I'm sorry for that. It's difficult to remember, but that medicine actually has shown better results in weight loss than its rival, which is called Wegovy. Okay, so this actually has an impact on Eli Lilly's company, and we will see in the chart right now that it's expected to have annual sales which could reach to $27 billion by 2030, which is a big deal. So there is a war going on in the pharma sector that we also need to keep an eye on. Okay, so this was basically the main two things that I have noticed last week, and what we can see for this week. I think it's gonna be pretty technical week this week. Let's actually go and check some stocks for possible plays. Okay, so let me see. So we're gonna start with Nvidia. Nvidia started kind of downtrend, a little bit downtrend here, because it has been stretched so much, and I think that if there is no catalyst to bring it up, I think we can think about shorts. A perfect short area could be around this level. So we can, there are multiple things we can do. The level that I would really like to take shorts at, or take puts, is gonna be this level at the 144, 140, 3.5, that level, because it's right now in this falling wedge structure. Okay, it has only support here, which is not a huge support, to be honest with you. if things didn't go as planned, either we will break this support to the downside, or we're gonna keep on working here till we do something like that. So this area is not very interesting to me, but I will be very interested if the price went here. And as we know, and as we said before, we should be, especially on Monday, we should be very careful about the early morning candles. We cannot take them as granted. So be careful about the early morning candles. But this is what I would like to say. I would like to see some kind of movement here. We have already here two resistance levels. We have this trend line, and this is pretty much it for Nvidia. Not much. I do not expect that it's gonna fall a lot, but if I want to take a trade, I will take a short here. Okay. What's next? Snow has been on our watch list for last week. Okay, so this is also my list for this week. So now it has been so juicy after the earnings. We have earned a lot. Okay, now again, as you can see, we are getting into some kind of a triangle here. Okay, and that triangle will be closing by this session here. Okay, so what do we want to wait for is a breakout and acceptance above this level to go higher. I am not interested to trade in this range. This is not a very good trading range at all. As you can see here, last week we have been in a very, last Friday we have been in a very small range here, which is not really worth it for anybody, right? After that big move, okay, we cooled down a little bit and we had this level here, 182, accepted. Now what I'm looking for acceptance above the 186.90 here, as per the, I have shared this with you on Discord. You can always go back to the Discord and see the levels. So I would like to wait for a breakout and retest or acceptance of this level to go higher on Snow. So you don't have to really memorize these numbers or these lines. I have already given that to you on Discord. Okay. Now Tesla, it was, we had a great trade last Friday, 900%. That was so cool. Congratulations for anybody who caught this with me. For this week, okay, and this is the levels that I shared with you as well. Now we have this level here, which is 397 to 399 probably. Okay, so I would say that anything can happen with Tesla, because we have here a lot of possibilities which might happen. Okay, but I would say the perfect long entry will be a pullback to either this trend line here, okay, or worst case scenario, a pullback to that level. Okay, if we draw our fibs here, as I teach you guys, let me just take this here. We draw our fibs. we will find multiple entry levels if you would like. I prefer that level here, the 38.2 level over here, somewhere here, or this intersection. So if we this morning, if we came down here, you can take a small long here, but don't take a big position, because there is a very big possibility that it will go down to that level again, which is a 0.5. Here is, for me, is the best entry for continuation. Okay, I do expect that we will have some pullback this week, guys, because we have been stretched so much in the last few weeks. So a pullback across the board is something healthy. It doesn't mean that we are actually reversing the trend or anything like this, but a lot of people would like to take profits, especially with Wednesday on the CPI coming. If the CPI came in the expectations or within the expectations, that's gonna be good. I think that this is gonna push the market higher up. But if it came worse than expectations, I think that the pullback will be even bigger. So let's keep an eye on these levels. And here I'm giving you the weekly watch list. It's not on a daily. So what we are talking about today might not happen today itself. It might happen tomorrow. Might happen after a couple of days. And this is a 15 minutes chart. You can even see the same thing or similar thing on the 30 minutes, for example. On the 30 minutes, even it's more clear that this level here, that level here that I marked, is a very good long position on the 30 minutes. Okay, what's next? Apple. So Apple, let me just make sure that I get all my watch list. Okay, we have Apple, Microsoft, and Google. So Apple, I think that we also are due for a pullback on Apple. Okay, so what I'm looking for on Apple is gonna be again that level here to short. Okay, now somebody's gonna ask me, why just we take longs from here? You can. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this, but I would rather wait for the right signal to short from here. As you can see, this range here has been forming a very big resistance. So every time that the price goes into this area between 243 and 244, it gets rejected very very bad to the downside. So if you're talking about a probability of a better trade, it's gonna be waiting for the price to come here. Of course, if we got very good CPI data, and you will find that the market sentiment is getting really very positive, this might not be valid anymore, and we might actually go and break this level to all-time highs. But from the technical point of view, and nothing else changed in the sentiment, which is right now, in my opinion, neutral sentiment, because we don't know actually what's going to happen. I don't think that we are in the euphoria of buying, at least for this week. So it's going to be more technical, and respecting the technical analysis here is my favorite strategy for this week. So I would take shorts here. Okay, as you can see also in the MACD, we are a little bit bearish on Apple, just a little bit. So if the price came here, I would like actually to take it all the way down to that level. This is gonna give me a better risk to reward ratio. As you can see here, there's gonna be something like closed here, this is the R to R here is 2.35 versus if I want to take long position, for example, from, let's say, we are still here, so maybe taking a long here, for example, your risk to ratio is going to be 0.87. So 2.35 risk to reward versus 0.87 risk to reward. You take your pick. Okay, so we have somebody asking for BBAI. Big Bear. That's a okay. Big Bear looks very bearish. Okay, Big Bear, and generally when I see something like this in the pre-market, okay, I usually expect some profit taking. Okay, so I'm just talking about profit taking, and the candle actually starts to turn red. But let us see. So that's again, this is the 30 minutes. Let's go to the 5 minutes, for example. Okay. Are you looking for this on day trade or swing? I appreciate if you elaborate more, guys, on your request. Like, for example, if you ask for a chart, tell me, are you in the trade or you are looking for a trade on this stock and you want some kind of a entry and exit? Give me some more context to be more helpful. Swing for calls. Okay, for swing for calls, I expect it's calls because we are actually in a bullish trend. So I would say here we have to wait for a pullback. And I was just telling you guys, that there will be some kind of profit taking, and while we are speaking, that profit taking is taking place. So here, if you want to get into BBAI, I would say that a long position, maybe from here, you can take this and your stop loss could be below here. So this is gonna be like 1.5, R to R 1.5. Not great, but if it actually continued more, you can have more profits to the upside. Okay, so that could be a good position. It's very possible that the price could also go down here. So if you entered here, do not enter with your full position. Try to get like half position, or even less than half, because there is a possibility that we will pull back to this level. But once we pull back to this level, you can go full position and your risk to reward ratio is going to be even higher, because in that situation you can only take your stop loss somewhere here. And for stop losses, and the people always asking me about stop losses, I would mention that stop losses, there is an indicator called ATR stop loss finder, and this is a very nice one. So just make sure that whenever you take the position, you set your stop loss below that ATR finder. And of course I'm preparing a YouTube video only about stop losses, so stay tuned for this. But generally speaking, if you are making the automatic stop loss, you have to use this ATR stop loss finder or something alternative, just to make sure that you are not caught by the stop hunts. And the best way to manage this is going to be actually by mental stop losses if you are day trading. If you are swing trader, that's fine, you can put something and leave it. But if you are day trading, you have to monitor your trade and mentally make your stop loss. So you just don't put it into the order, just mentally watch it. So this is BBAI, and you also are looking for PLTR. Oh, PLTR. Okay, PLTR for. So as we can see here, we had a rising wedge in the pre-market, which was broken. This structure is not valid anymore. And here is the problem. So you want to get into puts. My problem here with puts is that we are at all-time highs. Okay, so when we are in all-time highs, we don't have enough historical data which can help us to determine the support and resistance levels. So it will be more risky. Okay, however, there are some reasons that I believe people would go shorting Palantir at this time. One of them is gonna be like, we are, as I said in the beginning, we are already due for a pullback across the board. Okay, and maybe it's stretched too much. Palantir in the last few weeks, it was like a great run. So a lot of people would be interested in taking shorts. But my strategy doesn't say right now that it's a good time for puts. The reason is, as you can see, it's so bullish. So bullish. There's no consolidation happening. I don't see a consolidation. It's different than, for example, Nvidia. So Nvidia, here we have some signs of weakness, or some signs of pulling back, or some signs of breathtaking. Same thing for Apple, but I don't see this with the same rate on Palantir. Also, the MACD is still bullish here, so everything is saying that we are still bullish. Now the market has just started, which is a good thing, that we can watch the market together for some time. So the pullback is there, but we don't know where this pullback is going to end. So I'm gonna go to our favorite indicator, which is the fibs, which can tell us a little bit more about when this could actually pull back. So as you can see, the fibs here, it's very possible that this is going to do something like this, but we also have this line. So let's go now again to Apple. Okay, market has started, so let's see Apple. Right, so we were waiting for that level on Apple, right? I told you that we are expected to, we don't trust, and I don't want this ATR anymore. It's very confusing for my eyes. So we have one level here that we could short at, but the better level is going to be somewhere here. So this is what I'm waiting for. If you guys want to take shorts for Apple, Nvidia, okay, Nvidia still here. That's 15 minutes. We'll go to 5 minutes for better visibility. What about Lily, did we talk about Lily? Oh, I told you guys, Lily is shorting. This is what I actually gave you on the watch list. You all have this watch list, guys. Maybe I did not take the trade myself right now because I'm busy with you, but if some people are multitasking, you should have seen something like that. Let me just take a snapshot for you here. And this is what we see on the watch list. So the watch list here is that we should take shorts below 817 here. So this is a very good place for shorts. So as I always tell you guys, don't ignore these watch lists. They are it takes a lot of time to prepare, and the entries are very good. So even if we pull back a little bit, we might go a little bit more down on Lily. So this was already with you since yesterday. So I hope that some of you made some trades based on this. So let's actually let's see what else do we have. Feel free to ask me for anything that you would like. Okay, no one has any. I will go momentarily into SPY and QQQ. I know that they are very famous. Maybe we can take one or two trades together. Let's see. RTX. So again, so here this is a very big hit for the watch list, guys. The watch list has expected this short entry. Please always go over this short list, watch list, sorry, and we will go over it. So this is one hit for the watch list today. Again, I'm waiting for Apple to come here. Nvidia, I'm still waiting for Nvidia here. Snow, let's see Snow. Snow haven't done much yet. Okay. And again, this is the weekly, right? Okay. So Tesla actually is breaking up to the all-time highs and didn't wait for us, which is fine. I'm gonna wait for it. I don't trust this candle in the beginning. Somebody said RTX, and here is I have, guys, today I have told you about Resolve, and here we go. Resolve, it was 1.8 when I alerted this. It's actually going exactly to the target I told you. It broke 2.21, 2.22, and it's going up. Congratulations for people actually got in very early. Okay, so again, this was a shares trade, and just again, all the time, guys, here on the live, all what I'm saying here is not considered to be a financial advice. This is my own opinions, my own visions, and you can always take the trades in the way that you like, and I'm not responsible at all for any unfortunate losses based on what you see here. This is for education only, and you know, I'm by law, I am mandated to tell you this. Okay, I'm not a financial advisor. So let me go for RTX. But again, congratulations, now Resolve is up 25%. 25%. Okay, RTX. What's RTX? RTX Corporation. Yeah, I didn't have this on my watch list. Did I? No, I don't think I had it. Yeah, let me actually go and continue our watch list. I also had Microsoft and Google. I just want to make sure, guys, that to teach you how to use this watch list. Okay, so this is something that I'm really interested to do. We need to make sure we can use it in the right way. So the levels I'm giving you on the watch list, let's actually go for Google. Okay. Okay, Google. Okay, Google. Right, so this is what we had on Google. Okay, so we had the entry trigger is the break above 182. Okay, so that's the 30 minutes. Let's go to 15. Oh, now okay. All right, so we have two things here. So that break above 182, some people will say this is too far, which is I actually agree, that's too far. Maybe it's gonna happen this week or next week. But as a pullback, if we went back to this level, okay, this is a perfect entry for a pullback. Okay, again, this is on the weekly. You don't expect this to happen in the next half an hour. This is a weekly, so it's a higher time frame, maybe on the hourly, for example. And on the hourly, you're not gonna find it so far because it has been at this level. Okay, when it has been at this level, actually on last Wednesday, last Tuesday it has been. So today is Monday, so maybe it will go down to this level tomorrow or day after tomorrow, and you will need to set up your alerts. And if you don't know how to do alerts, you can just click here on TradingView, say add alert on Google 171 point something or 171 something, and then you will get an alert when the price reaches that level. And this is the best use for the watch list. So just set alerts and go do your thing. Whenever the price comes to this level, you will get the alert, whether on your mobile phone or on your screen or whatever it is. And it can also play sound for you. You can look into the chart and take the position. That's how to use it. Okay, now what else? We are talking about Microsoft. So everybody was actually doing great, and Microsoft is included. Okay, now Microsoft, a very good price level here is going to be this level for a pullback, which is maybe 410. If you want something closer than 410, as you can see, we broke out this rising wedge. So this rising wedge is not anymore valid. So this structure is not valid anymore. As you can see, the pullback is coming. We are slightly bearish here on Microsoft. We do have a small support here. If this support is broken, we're gonna go and visit this level here, which is 412. That's micro. Oh, this is the wrong one. MSFT, not MSF. I was just trying to figure out the numbers that were not actually, yeah, so which is the same thing more or less, but the numbers are here more accurate. So the pullback was, you can enter here for 440, okay, 440, or you can wait for the breakout. So this is for the bullish scenario. I would say that here we can take a long as well to this side, but to be able to judge whether to take this or wait for that, let's go and see what SPY is doing. So as I said, it's going to be a very technical session today. Okay, so SPY is pulling back to this level, which has been visited in the pre-market, as well as held on Friday's session. So there are a few things to do here. Either wait for SPY to come here and then take a long position, okay, right, which is gonna form like a double bottom, and this is something that I would like to actually triple bottom here. Look at those here as well, right? But I wouldn't take a trade now. I would wait. We are slightly bearish. I would wait actually for this. Maybe it is going to have some kind of a pullback here or retracement, but I am leaning a little bit bearish today on SPY, but as you see, we have been trading in this range since Friday, okay, and that range also was there over on Thursday as well. So I would be a little bit more careful with SPY today and tomorrow. As you can see, the R2R is not great. This doesn't mean that we do not play. For example, right now is a good opportunity for shorting. Why? We are actually reaching the EMA, okay? EMA here might act as a resistance, and we can go back down here. Let's watch it. Let's watch it. So this is a 5 minutes. Let's see if the EMA is going to act as a resistance and push us down. See now it's going down. It's going down. So we went down here. That's what I was talking about. Easy. That's so easy, guys. So easy. We determined our trend. We said that okay, we might be leaning bearish. I wouldn't say that we are 100% bearish, but leaning, or at least we are not that bullish. And then you wait for an entry here, and again, trading SPY on 0 DTE requires a lot of speed in your mechanics. So for example here, that range is so small. If you are not really fast in getting in and out, it's not gonna work very well for you. So if you are, congratulations, you are a very good scalper, okay? But if you are not, I would wait for the bigger moves. How to know the bigger moves? Just watch these big areas of support and resistance. That's what you need. So EMA is one of them, okay? SMA is another one. We are slightly bearish today, as I said. So if you want something with more confidence, I would say that we wait for the price to come up here and then take a put right here. Now, do I think that we are gonna break this today? I don't know, but we have a lot of resistance here and there. That's for SPY. Now for QQQ, it's always good to see both of them together, because when both of them are in the same direction, this is considered a confirmation. And typically over the last, I would say, few months or even years, the tech sector was the one leading the way, and the tech sector is part of SPY, but it's the majority of QQQ is in actually the tech. So now the tech is going up, as you can see. QQQ, for QQQ, I would also consider that we are in a bullish trend, okay, coming all the way from here. So probably we might be visiting that level here, okay. Now since you already made up your mind that this is a bullish trend and you want to trade with the trend, try to clear up your mind from shorting for a moment and try to find opportunities for longing. So basically now, if I'm trying to long, I'm gonna wait for the next pullback here, okay? Now, if you see this in a bearish trend, and again, I can see it in a way different than you see it. It depends on a lot of things. Like for example, how many sessions that you are considering to determine the trend, or your time frame, okay? A lot of things. But I think that QQQ is still in a bullish trend, okay? So for me, I would wait for this level to take calls. Hopefully it's gonna go to that level and maybe up to this level again. This is what I think. Okay, any questions from the audience here? No? Okay, so here is Lily again, as I said, the first candle, then went visited the same level that I told you guys about. So we were waiting here. I mean, if you were waiting for that level, you could have taken that short after the first morning movement. So the morning movement came here, it pulled back, this is taking profit, and then we are back to the downside. That was a great watch list. Now Apple is reaching actually the line here. We could potentially go short here, and this is what's pushing QQQ up. But since I think that this is a good place to short here, this level has been showing a lot of resistance. So taking a short here at the top could be beneficial, okay? Could be, but let's see. And your stop loss, if you took a short, should be after breakout and retest of that level. So it's going to be something like this. If you're on a short position here, that's going to be something like that. Taking it all the way down here. So this is 2.36 risk to reward ratio here right now. Okay, IWM long calls. Okay, So the Russell actually moved with everybody, but again it has a huge resistance here. Huge resistance. As you can see, this has been holding the price for quite some time. Okay, let me see if yeah, so this is a very big resistance level here. So I would wait. Let me see. So the problem with IWM is that it is coming from a bearish trend. So if you are actually playing longs, this means that you are playing on the breakout of this falling wedge here. And I think that, so let me put it in front of you and I'll let you actually judge this. So if you want to take longs, where you're gonna take it? Take it here? We cannot take it here because this is a resistance level. We have to wait, and another resistance level, and another resistance level. So right now you can't take a long on IWM. So the only way you can take long is that if you believe that we are in a bullish trend only based on, I would say, on only one session, which is Friday, because before Friday it was bearish. See, it was bearish before Friday, starting actually 27th of November it was bearish. 1 2 3 4 5 6, it's almost 5-6 sessions and it was bearish. So if you want to consider that since Friday it's bullish, so be it. That's not a problem. We always work with assumptions, but you need to pick where you want to take the long position. Taking long here is not good R2R at all. So you either, I would say that you take it here, okay, if it pulls back all the way down here. Now somebody is gonna tell me, hey, what if it broke up? Okay, if it breaks up here, you're gonna be missing this trade, which is fine. I would miss a trade every day over getting into a losing trade, because the probability of it being rejected from these multiple support levels are much higher than actually the breakout. And again, this is my opinion. Okay, this is my opinion. I don't think that we can take calls here. We should wait for a pullback at least to that level, and your stop loss could be somewhere here. This is going to give you a risk to reward ratio of 1.5, so that's a decent trade. If you want to come up here and take it, okay, I don't think that this is a good call, because where you're gonna stop? No, it's not good. Okay, pound, pay, PANW. Long calls. So okay, so I would say that Palo Alto is in a bullish trend. Yes, clear. Over the last, so this is different than IWM. So from the chart at least. Now what are we waiting for here? So here this support level is aligned with the 38.2 level. So there are a couple of possibilities here. You can take a half position of longs here if you want to enter this quickly, okay, and your stop loss. But the problem here is that the stop loss should be below that support level. So this is not going to give you a great R2R, in my opinion. But a better R2R should be if you wait it here. If you wait it here, you can take it all the way along, and your stop loss will be somewhere here. So this is going to be like 4.56. Even if you want to close earlier, here it's going to be like 4, the R2R. So what I'm trying to teach you here, guys, is that you can have unlimited number of plays on different watch list stocks, right? But which one to take is what you need to think about. Okay, depending on a lot of things. As I said, depending on your speed, depending on what you exactly are, what's the instrument that you're trading. Are you trading the stock itself? Are you trading futures? Or are you trading options? So if you are trading options with the slowest one and the riskiest one, because the options, if you are trading, for example, 0 DTE, you are facing the theta, and the theta doesn't have any mercy, for example, unless you go further in the future, and then you will also be impacted by the IV. And as we speak here, you will find that the stock is trying to go and visit that level. So if you are not in a rush, and I think that this here has a weekly expiration, you can comfortably wait for that level, right? Okay. Let's have a look here. So here is QQQ. As I said, QQQ, it was supposed to come here. Now it is still at that level. SPY should be following the same thing that I said. It's not very great. As I told you in SPY here, this level is going to act as a resistance, and this is exactly what happened. This is exactly what happened, guys. It's going to act as a resistance. Now it's trying to break it to the upside. Okay, but it's not fun. It's not fun. This is not fun. Trading here is not really fun, right? Sometimes indices in these choppy periods are not the best thing to trade, because the indices have a lot, of course you know this, indices have a lot of stocks, and sometimes if there is no big catalyst in the market, they move sideways, and we do not want to trade sideways. We really want to see the big moves. I want to go back to PLTR again, and even if we check now on something that we have just said 15 minutes back, doesn't mean that our ideas are not valid, because we are just 15 or 30 minutes into the market session, but we are talking about weekly watch list, guys. So don't be deceived by the first 30 or the first 30 minutes or 1 hour of the day. Just have some confidence in your charting and just keep watching it. Okay, it was fun having you today, guys, and see you later. I hope that you benefit from the information I'm sending on Discord, and if you would like to ask any question, you know how to reach me. Okay, and